All right, everybody. So we're back at it here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to use this little thing called master pages. As mentioned, you may have dealt with them before. So it's going to be kind of a crash course and how they're utilized, but the absolute power of them, which is they really are pretty fantastic in how it works. Now, your master pages, you'll note, I'm just going to break my pages off here for a second, and you guys can do the same. And so what you'll find that right here in pages, and let's just open them up again. You can go to workspace and you guys can go to essentials, or everyone go to essentials, and I want you to reset your essentials, and your pages are right here. And I'm going to just grab my pages and drag them out so that we all have them here in front of us. Now master pages are right here. You'll notice master A. So you will find the top right and left of each of these pages, you have an A at the top. Yes, see that? That is indicating that master pages are applied to this, okay? And it's master A page. Cool. In order to get into the master pages, what you need to do is double click on these two pages. You'll notice you have one here called none, and you can double click and go into that one as well, okay? So go back, okay? Now, what I'd like you to, double click on the there we go, and the spread. Okay, so what is a master page? You guys may be asking yourself. So, Mitch, what's a master page? Okay, you ready? I'm going to show you really quickly what a master page is. I'm going to grab a box, and I'm going to draw a box, and I'm going to fill that box in red. All right, check it out. Master A left page. Yes, master page, left page. Check out what happened. Red, 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 red. Fantastic, right? Check it out. Box. Master page to the right. Make it purple. Check out here in your preview. Purple, purple, purple. How awesome is this? Okay, so now, if I double click back into page 1 or anywhere in my main document, click, you will notice that those boxes are now part of each of these spreads, right? We have our left one with the red, we have a purple one on the right. This, in essence, everyone, is your master pages in action. Nice and simple, isn't it? So the reason this is super awesome and will be extremely helpful is that we can set up one of our pages and have it be set up for all of our pages. Things like headers, things like footers, things like any element or graphic that you may want to have on each and every one of your pages, right? So that being said, let's try it again. Double click, go back into these master pages for a second. All right, let's delete. Actually, no, I want to show this to you as well. Sorry. Now, I tried to click into my none here, but I apologize. It doesn't allow you to get into this as a master page. What the none will allow you to do. Are you ready? Watch this. And you're going to I'm going to want to see all of you do this, okay? You have none as a master page, but check it out. If I zoom in right here, notice how that purple box is on my cover page. Oh, shoot. Don't want this on there, right? Not only that, when I go in to create my master, if I have a header and footer, I don't want to have, say, a footer on my title page, and I don't want to have a header on my title page. This is where the none comes in handy. Because what I'm going to do, and try this with me, and you're all going to want to do this, is click on the none, drag, and drop onto page 1. Awesome. So we now notice how the A disappears. I just undid there. Notice how the A disappears, and it then goes to a blank. And so no master is applied. You can go through like that on each and any page that you find that you don't want that master page to lie. Notice how I'm going in and I'm randomly picking pages. This is really handy, of course, if you find that you don't have or don't want to have a master page on that page, that page, that page. Make sense? Sound good? So pretty straightforward. The concept is fairly simple, I think. And don't be intimidated by it. It really is that simple. Now, if you wanted to create multiple masters, meaning I have a spread for my portfolio pages, I've got a spread for my intro page, I've got you know what I mean? I've got a spread for my outer page. What I'd highly recommend, and we can try this together, let's start with a master page that we can go for the majority of our pages. From there, maybe we'll set up a few other masters that you can then apply, say, to page 2, 3, and then maybe you can apply to, 4 or 5, depending on what you're going to do for your portfolio. For the majority of your pages, though, remember, they're going to be your artwork and your digital work and anything that you've ever done that you're proud of that you want to showcase and show off. That's really what we're doing this for, as you all know. So what I'm going to do is let's start here. I'm going to go in and let's just get rid of that and let's get rid of this. All right. This is our master page, yeah? You're ready to, let's rock and roll, everyone. Hit tab with me at any time. You know you can hit tab. You're like, oh my God, don't do that. I know, sorry. I'm just going to bring my pages back over here so I have full control and I can see everything as I need to. Now, the simplest things that we can do to our master pages, I would like to see at least some of these things utilized for your main project as it's part of your mark. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab my logo, the simplest thing, right? And I'm going to grab my logo. I'm going to do a Command C. So what I've done is I've copied it, right? Or Control C, and I'm going to double click back into my master page. Now, Command or Control V, right? There we go. We've got a logo, right? And maybe for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go in and maybe I'll draw a gray box, right? Actually, let me try that again. I'm going to go back into here. I'm going to actually grab, oh shoot, yeah, this is Illustrator, isn't it? We know that that's a 70% gray box, don't we? So what I'm going to do, actually, let's try that again. Command C. I'm going to go into my master, Command V, okay? And then what I'm going to do is draw a box, right? You can use that box. That's more of a frame. We probably want to go into our shape. There we go. That's better. And then within our shape, we can double click. We know that it's 70% gray, right? So I can go 0, 0, 0, 70. And we're there, right? There's our gray box. Awesome. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to send that to back so I can, right, grab that gray box, right click, arrange, send to back, just like in Illustrator. Okay, there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this logo set up in a spot. And what's going to happen, and you'll notice what's going on here, everybody, right? Notice how that logo is now positioning itself to each and every one of my pages, right? Don't forget your bleed. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to utilize that 0.7 that I love, my margin. I'm going to bump everything over here. I'm going to go to my black arrow, Command, Shift, click and drag. There we go. Now I'm sizing it. Always hold Shift. Never forget to hold Shift in InDesign. Photoshop allows you to do that custom, automatic shift, so it constrains everything for you now. InDesign and Illustrator do not. So if you're not holding Shift, you're going to squish it like this. Do not do that. Oh my goodness, that's your logo. We want to save your logo. It wants to be awesome and stand out. All right, so there we go. We've got our logo placed. Yeah. Do you need to put your logo on all pages? No, not at all. But I'm showing you how your master pages can be utilized. Cool. So I've got that. Check this out. I'm going to now grab that box. I'm going to bring a box up over onto my right side. Okay, I'm not going to duplicate the logo. I think that's overdone. But I'm just going to bring that gray box over from there to there. Check it out. Neat, eh? Now, text. If you wanted to add text now to say every second page or to the right side of your book, right? What I may decide to do is I may draw a line on one of my pages. Now, if I draw a line on one page, chances are you would want to have it on both for consistencies, right? But I mean, that's really up to you, I guess. I'm going to go into properties here for a second because I do want to play around with my stroke. I'm going to add a 1-point stroke. There we go. Okay. Now keep in mind, check it out. It's gray and 70% gray, which is kind of neat because it matches the last thing that I did. See that? Isn't that cool? Just like Illustrator, it remembers the last thing you touched, which is pretty awesome. And that actually made my life really easy because I wanted it to be 70% gray. And so what I'm going to do is use my white arrow, right? And I'm going to just nudge that over, hold Shift, and there we go. It's all perfectly aligned. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is you may, do I want to have, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm not going to have that on the right side. I like that I have this on the bottom, and I'm not going to do the line. I don't think we need to do that. But what I am going to do, though, is I'm going to go here with my text tool on, okay? So go to your text. Again, you can do whatever you choose on your master page, but I need to see that you are utilizing it. I just went in quickly and I drew a text box. I know, negating my margin. Okay. The reason being is this is kind of a folio. So I don't mind if you go past the margin for this sort of thing, but just keep in mind that margin is so absolutely imperative to lining everything up to when it comes to your art, your text boxes, your graphics in general terms. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to say, all right, portfolio, just for you. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is my portfolio. You love them so much and you just want a job. So hire me. Yeah. You guys, of course, will have fun and play around, maybe do whatever you want to do. I'm going to go in Gotham. I'm going to change my font to be Gotham, of course. We know that's the main font that I've utilized throughout all of my work. I'm going to do Gotham. Yeah. So let's go in. That's Bank Gothic, not Gotham. We're going to click on the text box. Okay. And you can do it this way. Click on the text box. Go here to Minion Pro. G-O-T-H. Gotham. I love my Gotham light. Amazing. I may see if there's an extra light. Maybe there isn't. Gotham. I think there's only bold and light. Okay, so we'll just go with bold. That's fine. So we'll go there, right? Make sure, though, we still want to live by our light. Like, we don't want to get too close to our edge, right? I also want to do this. I'm going to work with my box, okay? And I'm going to bring my box over here. And what I'm going to do, remember, Smart Guides is on, which is super cool. And so what I can do is I'm going to grab the corner, snap. See that? Snap, snap. Perfect. Now I'm in perfect alignment to my right. Now if I grab this text box, I go into my paragraph style, which is right here, right? I can then right justify it. Amazing. What's going to happen is that period, check this out. Text is funny because what you'll find is that text always adds in a little bit more space, right? Typically, with your kerning and how the font is created. That being said, this is when just because you right align something doesn't necessarily mean it's right aligned exactly the way it's supposed to be. I'm being super nitpicky here, but I want to just show you that in this case, I can draw a guide, right? And actually have the period line up with that guy. And you guys are like, oh, everyone's like, oh my goodness, you're ridiculous. Yeah, I know I am. But hey, why not? Okay, I'm going to move that up. I'm just going to put that there as my footer. Okay, this is my portfolio just for you. And I love you so much. Just give me a job. Okay, cool. I'm going to bump that down. Wicked. Now, this in essence is a master page, everyone, and really all I need from you. Some simple graphics. You can make them as intricate or, add in what you see fit. Few things just to remember. When you're doing anything, if you feel like you want bleed on it or graphics on it, don't stop your graphics there. That's a no-no. We always want to bleed it off, right? So make sure that that's taken care of. If you want to go past your margin, it's totally fine. Maybe your margin isn't quite as big as the one I have. You have some freedom there. This is extremely important though. Remember, this is where your and actually I can show you this. This is where you want to have a little bit of extra room because this is where your coil bind is going to lie, right? So your coil bind, we want to make sure that we do have space, all right? Something like that. Now I'm drawing this in, I'm being very obvious with you here, but I'm drawing this in to kind of show you, this is kind of a nice rule of thumb to go in, and you may want to put this in on your overall document, okay? I don't think it's necessary. I think as long as you make sure that you stay away from this center mark, if you do have objects that are bleeding or going across multiples, say something like this, be aware, okay? This is something that can, be handy and helpful, but you just want to be aware of what's going on here with your master page. So that being said, let's just double click now into our main file and just have a look at what we've got so far. So click. We're going to go back into our pages. Look at that. Cool. So we now have title page. We've got a master page with our logo to the left on each of our facing pages or inside page. Okay, we've got our little write up here. Okay, you may have a slogan. Can't remember if we did a slogan or not. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Probably not. It was your brand, but hey, why not? Come up with a cool slogan that matches you and your artwork or your mission statement. Now, this is where you may want to create a secondary version, or right now is where I may go back into my main pages here. I'm now into my resume, right? And what I may do, everybody, here is I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab this objective, just this one piece. I like this. I'm going to do a Command C, so I'm copying. I'm going to go back into my main portfolio and I'm going to do a Command V. Okay, so now I've just pasted objective in here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Smart Guides are on. You'll notice it should snap for me. So I've kept everything identical from my resume to my cover letter to, yes, perfect. This is a beautiful nod to my resume and my cover letter. Even though it doesn't look anything like this in general terms, there are elements that are tying it all together. This gray, the bars that are here, even though they're not exactly the same, they have the same feel, right? I may actually go in and maybe lighten up, maybe make the space a little bit more, or even take the size of the bar, the width of the bar, and create that as a, but you know what? Again, I'm looking for the nod, as I mentioned. Now, this is objective. Remember, this is the back cover, okay? You may want to go in and not have anything on your back cover, okay? It's up to you. This really, everyone, is where I need you to be for your hand in, okay? I'm going to keep going, and if you want to follow along with me, let's keep rocking with this, right? This will be your first lead. This will be like you turn the page. This will be what people look at. This, of course, will be the facing page, or the one that's on the side there. You may want to go in and override an item. Or in this case, you may want to do something like this, where you take none, click, drag into page 2, and make that not match the rest of them. It's up to you. The reason I say that is you may want to, sorry, I'm just going to grab this and move it over here. You may want to do something where, you know, this, you may want to put your, shoot, I don't know. I'm just kind of fighting with myself right now. And the reason being is I say objective, but remember, I want to see a mission, or I want to see your art statement. Remember, we did an art statement, and you can call it out as whatever you want, right? What my art means to me, right? And I'm just going to do a select all. Now, I have what my art means to me. That's not working for me right now, is it? I'm going to actually undo everything and go back to where I was here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to still play with this red box. But again, I'm going to work with it so that it's consistent with the design that I've utilized. I'm using my white arrow all here, so you'll notice. And what I'm doing is I just dragged down with my white arrow on, just like in Illustrator. I was able to grab the line segment, right? And so then I've dropped it down, and what I'm going to do is grab my text, and I'm going to then bring my text down and just kind of nest it there, okay? And now I have what my art means to. You'll notice I have this little red plus sign telling me that I have hidden copy. So all I have to do is go here, and I'm going to drag the box up, and there we go, right? What my art means to me, right? So it's up to you. Now everything is your call, right? This is where we'll look at utilizing a text box, right? And so what I may do here, this is your artist statement, right? So you can have your art statement here. You can have your art statement here. It's all good. I have no problem with where it falls. I typically would say you may want it to be here, just because it's kind of a, wow, you're opening up the book and this is what you're all about, right? So that being said, remember, this is, make sure you have the proper font, right? You can even try, yes. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to go into properties here for a sec. Okay, I know that it's Gothic as always. Or you guys will have your own font. Hopefully you're grabbing it maybe from your logo or wherever you're grabbing it from. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is, for now, you guys have written it out, copy and paste it in, right? So go into that document that you went in last week, copy, paste it in, right? So I'm just going to pretend like here's my art statement. I know it's not. This is my objective. But I'm going to pretend like this is my art statement, right? And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to paste that there. So there we go. There's my art statement, right? Nice and easy. And then I may center this, right? And this is all you now, right? This is all, let's do something cool. Let's do something that, you know, is going to rock and really get people excited. Now with this, you'll notice what I've done here is I have a box. I want this box to be centered within this page. Works the exact same way as centering any object. Go into Align, right? And so I'm going to go into my Align, window Align, and your object and layout. I'm going to then align to page, as we looked at before, right? Same as in Illustrator, and I want it to align to page, and I just want to do center. Look at that. And I did shift slightly, so I knew I was off, and I wanted to make sure that was right on the money. And there we go. I might line this up, or I may, you know what, I'm finding that this is a little bit, I'm going to take a step back. If there's one thing I'm going to suggest all of you doing as artists, step back from your art for a sec, right? What I also would love you to do is go in and let's just preview this, right? And that's, what is it here? Sorry. Oh, what just happened? Sorry, there we go. To preview, right? So view, and then what we can do is we can, sorry, I want to, I do it all the time and now I forgot. Screen mode, preview. There we go, right? Or it's it's command control, I thought it was H, but it's not H. Sorry, can't help you out there. There is a short key for viewing it. Okay, but for now, we'll go, maybe I'll remember for our next video. So we'll go in, right? And we're gonna go on, and I'm gonna go in, sorry, view, right? And we're going to screen mode, right? Display performance. It is H. Look at that's high quality. Sorry, let's have a look. Oh, it's right there. Sorry. So shift W. Sorry, escape. Don't do that. All right. Let's go here. You have this here, normal. Back to normal. You can do that here at any time, everyone, as well. Right? Shift W will get you into presentation mode. That's not the one I was looking for, mind you. Command W, nope. All right, anyway, I'm gonna just do Command S. Let's save it. But you can quickly look at your preview there, okay? So this is a really great place to do it. Have a look at it in preview mode. I've got something like this on the go. Nice, really simple, nothing earth-shattering. But once I get into our next video, next week actually, we'll dig deeper into this. I don't require you to have your art statement obviously placed, but I'd love, if you're already working through with me, why not, right? Rock and roll. Again, this is where, and I'm just going to go back into my preview mode here, into normal. And then what I'm going to do is I have this, notice how I'm going to draw a guide right here. And you're like, well, Mitch, why are you doing that? I am going to take my text that's right here, and I want to align it right up to the bottom of that red box. I know. It's amazing what that small alignment does. Again, because now it really allows us to preview this as a whole piece, right? It's awesome. Man, that's driving me crazy with the view. Now what that is, because I use it all the time, and now I just cannot remember what it is. Anyway, I don't even care. So I'm going to end it there all. What I need from you though, sorry, that was a long video. Hopefully that helped though. We got use out of our master pages. We went in, we utilized the master page. We've got a simple copy. I've got a simple line on the right side. And we've gone in and we've got that done. Now, again, if you need to make multiple custom master pages, right? Or you're like, I don't want to master on the first two. You can go in and just get rid of those master pages like so. Click, drag, and now notice how it got rid of those on those two pages. See that? But they're still applied there. If I want to bring them back, not a problem, really easy. You can grab, notice here, I got rid of them in page 2 and 3. Grab your master page, left side, click, drag, drop. Right side, click, drag, drop. And now they're back. Cool, eh? So you can, of course, create new master. This is where, and actually you can build it off of this one here if you're so inclined. If I go right click, new master, we can notice this, you have based on master A. So you can create a master B based on master A, which is kind of neat, yeah? Always great to name it. So I may call this out as, not master, we want to call this out as maybe contents pages, okay? Pages number 2, letter, based on A. So it's going to have all of the things that we have here. Notice it's now called B, right? But based on A. And so what I'm going to do here actually is I'm going to go into master pages A, sorry. And I'm going to go into, go here and we're going to edit, right? New master. Okay, there we go. Patterns. Sorry. And what the heck am I going? What am I doing here? So page attributes, color label. Let's try this. New master. I'm going to just do a normal one here. Actually, let's get rid of that one because I built it off of that that main. And for some reason, I did something messed up. Hey, I'm not perfect either, right? It happens. I'm just going to go in. Sorry, new master. B, I'm going to call this out as mentioned. Content pages. Okay. 2, good. B, and I'm going to hit OK. That'll then take me into master content, right? B, okay. And then what I can do here is, again, maybe I just wanted to have without the box here, or maybe I just wanted the box without the logo, right? And so what I can do is do a Command C. So I'm in master A, click, went into content pages, right? And then what we can then do is you can do paste in place. See that? So right click, paste in place. Amazing. So what I've now done is I've created a secondary master built off of the first one, right? Sorry, I don't know what happened there with the duplication. And so what I can then do is I can then utilize, say, this for, say, pages 8 through 13, if that's where my content's going to fit or align, okay? So that's how we create, multiple or different looks, but then keeping things consistent. So that being said, if I went in and because I got rid of my logo for these ones, you may, of course, want to do something different. It's totally up to you. But we can then go in and I can say, I want this to be here. I want it to be here, right? I want it to be here and I want it to be here. Oh, sorry, right? I added a page by accident. Notice how we did that. Don't want to do that. There we go, right? And then what you'll notice here is then I applied, check it out, just to these ones I applied, right? And then my content pages. And then notice this, check out the little identifier at the top right, B, right? B, B, B. So I actually applied this B, comment pages, to these pages. Cool? Makes sense? So again, if you ever want to create a master set or, you're doing a 200-page catalog with, a whole grouping or sections, right? This is where you create another template, create that section with a unique look, and then drop in all your pages. Sorry for the long video, everyone. I'm just going to undo because I do like my logo on each of these pages. You do not need to create another set of master pages as per this, but you know what? It's all good. I did show you how to do it in case you choose to do so. All right. So that's that, everyone. I am officially done. Now, in order to hand this in, we're getting there. Yeah. I'm going to go in. I'm going to save as. Actually, you know what? I don't need to save as. I'm just going to do a Command S. Let's get it saved. Okay. This is it. This is all I need. Okay. We have our document set up. We have it in proper size. We've got facing pages turned on. We've got 14 total pages. We've got master pages ready to rock. I've started with my artist statement that's in here, right? And now moving forward, what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up with your beautiful artwork. Yeah. So we have plenty of pages to work with here. If you find that you don't have enough room, or you're like, oh dude, there's no way I'm going to get there, I do not have 14 pages of content to fit, no worries, we will work something out, we will fix it. Or what we can do is we will just minimize the amount of pages that you have. Typically what I do is we build some assets together, but we kind of ran out of time this go around, and maybe not, maybe we have done it together, depending on when you're watching this video. But regardless, everyone, that gets us to where we need to be, right? What we're going to then do is they're going to take this InDesign file that's right here. I want you to upload this to Dropbox, okay? And then I'm going to grade it. I'm going to open this up, have a look at it, make sure that these things are all in place, in line. You've got your title page ready to rock. As mentioned, if you want to save your title page in as a portfolio piece, no worries. You can always go in and export PDF. You may want to do smallest file size. If you're using images, which are okay, you can use pictures. Just make sure, it's a stock image or something that's, not copyright. I mean, yeah, right? I might still go with smallest file size. Remember, this is just for your title page, and I might just call this out as title page, right? I do not need this submitted. My title page for Folio. I'm being very obvious, and I'm going to save, okay? And then what I'm going to do is, notice I can then save specific pages in my range. I do not want all pages, right? I want to have a range of pages when I do that, okay? And so I'm going to do, and here we go, sorry, Adobe PDF, right? And we're going to go here. I'm sorry, everyone. There's something whacked out with my InDesign right now, because we should be able to go into range and pick page 1, right, to create our file. So this is a little messy, and I'm not 100% sure what the heck is going on right now. So my bad. Create separate PDF file. Yes. So by going to range, you should be able to just type in 1, right? Okay, and maybe that's all I need to do. I don't know why I'm feeling like I've never seen this before. And then we go in, we created a PDF, right, which is right here, my title page. Open it up, and then you may want to put that into your folio just as it is. Create a project. Just throw it in there, right? And let everyone know, guess what's coming, right? My cover is coming. My portfolio is coming. Not mandatory. If you want to, you can upload that to me so I can have a look at it, but I'm going to see it anyway in your InDesign file. It won't be linked, which is fine. Okay, your InDesign file will be great, even though you have links to it. They're going to come up missing, but I'm going to have a preview that I can have a look at, and it'll be all good. Again, the things that I need to mark aren't so much on the design end of things, but more so on the completion of this. Not only that, we can have a one-on-one meeting. We can discuss where you're at. If you need some assistance, I'm always here. Yeah, and we're good. So hopefully that takes you through to the end of this week. You got some fun tips and tricks. We've got a real general layout and base shell that we can work from. And that's that. All right, everyone. Have a great one. I had fun. I hope you did too. Cheers.